Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Cordisco's Corner. This is your host, John Cordisco. Let's see what's going on today. Got this from the Fox News page. Key issues for voters. Economy, 89. Security, 83. Education, 82. Healthcare, 80. And pandemic response, 77. Oddly, that's at the end. A majority of voters say they were better off than they were 4 years ago, according to a new Gallup poll. Better off. Another interesting fact that 56% of those registered voters said they were better off than they were 4 years ago, while just 32% they were worse off. This in spite of a coronavirus pandemic. 56% said they were better off. That's amazing. Absolutely incredible. Even with the pandemic-related restrictions for businesses and schools. But I suggest that voters still have a strong economy to carry through the majority of Trump's term in mind. Then they compare the percentages that people said back in Barack Obama's reelection as well as George W. Bush. The Gallup poll has just come out with an incredible finding that 56% of you say that you were better off today during a pandemic than you were 4 years ago. Trump tweeted late Tuesday, highest number on record. Pretty amazing. Yeah, it is. That is pretty amazing. I mean, all you anti-Trump people, just take his personality and put it on the side. Just put it on the side. But here's the part that I can't figure out. However, polls still showed Trump down against Democratic nominee Joe Biden nationwide and in battleground states. Those two things don't jive. I don't know if it's bad polling, which could very well be, or hidden Trump voters, which could very well be. The answer is, who the hell knows? The Gallup poll also asked voters if the two candidates have the personality and leadership qualities that a president should have. 49% Biden, 44% Trump. And there's the thing there. I don't get it. I know personality is a lot of things. As far as people liking or disliking you, and especially with the media we have today, with you see everything every day, everywhere, and personality is a lot. I don't know. I mean, they're both older guys. They both set in their ways. They both are what they are. And that's just the way it is. Let's look at something else now. San Francisco tax revenue plunged, points to resident exodus. Sales tax revenues declined by more than 40% this spring. Wow, what a shocker. New York City mayor calls tax the rich as residents flee. Who do you think are leaving New York, you imbecile? It's the people that have means. It's the people that have money to get out. San Francisco's chief economist, Ed Egan, attributed the drop in revenue that occurred between April and June to a flight of individuals from the city rather than a decline in activity due to the pandemic, which is probably hard for him to admit. Egan told Fox News that while areas throughout California experienced a decline in sales and tax revenues, other cities saw an uptick in online sales, but San Francisco did not. Oh, I wonder what happened. The people that buy online, they have money left. They're still buying online or wherever they're buying from, but they're not buying in San Francisco anymore. So it raises the question, where'd the spending go? Well, where do you think it went? This guy's probably got a degree in economics. I mean, I'll give him brownie points for being candid. Probably going to give him a lot of trouble for that. But, hey, it's amazing to me that these guys can't figure out that their policies are just killing their own communities. Numbers showed a continued yearly decline of 20.3% in median rents and marked a milestone that prices dropped below $3,000 for a one-bedroom. You got to be kidding me. Where I live in upstate New York, $3,000 a month buys you a nice 4-bedroom home with an in-ground pool, and a 2-car, maybe even 3-car attached garage with all appliances and furniture. Unbelievable. The CEO of Zephyr has called the San Francisco price decline unprecedented, adding that it supports the theory that people are starting to leave the city as options for remote work and technology become more widely available. Yeah, it's the remote. You idiot. You got to be kidding me, right? I don't understand these people. I really don't. I guess you got to blame it on something. Some companies like Twitter and Facebook have given some employees the option to work from home permanently. Okay, so that's it. So they get to work from home, and by some miracle, they don't live in San Francisco or any of the high-tech company cities on the West Coast. Were they working remotely before? No. They like working remotely and don't want to pay over $3,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment? Yeah. It's like anything else. Why do these people don't understand a commodity like rent? They're going to go where the prices are lower. And here's another genius. Bill de Blasio, New York City mayor, calls it tax the rich. It's just amazing to me. So let's keep all the low-income people and poor people both, because there is a difference between the two. Get rid of the upper middle class people and most of the rich people. What a great idea. Being you genius, your city has income tax, one of the few that does. So when the rich people leave, remember, they don't pay their fair share. Remember that? While they leave, you're dead. You're dead. No one's going to pay anything because they don't have any income. And the income is so low that the tax revenue stream will just stop. I used to be a city councilman. I know sales taxes and property taxes are the vast majority of your budget. Now let's see what the president's up to. This is Donald J. Trump's Twitter feed. And he's talking about Franklin County announced almost 50,000 voters that received an incorrect ballot. I believe that's Ohio. And that's amazing to me. It's just extraordinary. And of course, I hear a lot of social media places are not letting you talk about voter problems and mail problems. A Texas mayoral candidate arrested for voter fraud allegedly applied for 84 ballots. Now, here's the funny part. He was applying for absentee ballots for other people so he could fake and, of course, cheat. And when they busted him, he was in the process of stuffing more envelopes to get some more ballots. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. New Jersey postal employee accused of dumping 1,800 pieces of mail. The mail included almost 100 ballots for the upcoming election. Now, I hear on social media platforms, even if you're showing news like this, that they're taking them out. They're deleting them, or nearly 50,000 voters received wrong ballots in Ohio. I say to everybody, this isn't anything what I would call controversial by any means. Vote in person if you can. Make sure to take safety precautions, wear your mask, social distance. You do it in the grocery store all the time. You do it in the bank all the time, and all the other things you do. President Trump gets endorsed by the Florida Police Chiefs Association. Very rarely do police departments at all that big. There was a big police association, I think it was a few days ago, that's never, ever, never endorsed a president, and they did for him. Law and order, man. Law and order. Safety. Safety, safety, safety. I'm old enough to remember Richard Nixon, even though he's a Watergate fame. Before all that, he was the law and order president. And he did extremely well against McGovern, if you remember. Those of us, unfortunately, old enough to remember. I wasn't old enough to vote. I was about 16 at the time. And Mark Levin's coming up, going to have an interview with the president. I heard he had quite a long, I heard part of it, interview with Rush Limbaugh the other day on radio, of course. And he even waited through the commercials. Sanford, Florida, there'll be a rally/protest, I call them, in Sanford. By coincidence, my kids and their mother used to live in Sanford. I live in upstate New York. They don't live there now, but they lived there a few years back when they were younger. And Boy, I'll tell you, boy, the world is going by so fast. I mean, the news is one thing after another after another. It's easy to get overwhelmed. Even Senator Bob Dole, poor old guy, the Commission on Presidential Debates is supposedly bipartisan with an equal number of R's and D's. I know all the Republicans, and most are friends of mine. I am concerned that none of them support real Donald Trump. A biased debate commission is unfair. Well, let me leave you with this. We're going to try to cover things as much as we can. There's other channels as well. I'm a new podcast. Please, 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 please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. And if you can, really, really, truly appreciate it. If you could share any of these videos. I'm new. I'm still trying to figure out how to work the equipment. I'm still trying to figure out just how to do everything in general. So if you could, share this, like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not doing any of that. But I'm new, and it's really tough starting out with hundreds, if not thousands, of new podcasters. And I really personally appreciate it. We're in upstate New York here. We're holding on. And we're holding on, and we're waiting for November 3rd. One way or another, things will be decided. And until then, until next time, goodbye and good luck.